we'll start with your videos. I mean, you did a really good job. I haven't watched the ocean heat content. I'll watch that for next time. But um, the report, the update is what you're kind of talking about. It's just the lack of multi-year
Yeah.
sea ice, the air temperature sea ice update all the way up till March 2021. That was pretty good. All the graphics, you did a good job.
Thank you. Yeah, the ocean heat content is it's getting retweeted a lot, right? Let's just put it that way.
Oh, nice. Okay. And that just came out. So,
So, and the thing is, I'm also going to be following up, and I'm working on it now with, why does the sea ice melt earlier in the year when the sun is not at high angle in the sky? And it's a perfectly legitimate question. And basically, it's because we've heated up so much of the rest of the ocean that by the time the Gulf Stream or even the Japanese current comes in through the Bering Strait, you're just bringing in so much warm water. So I think people kind of have a sense of that. But what I want to do in this video is quantify it. This is how many sphere drops. This is the key content in joules. And just quantify it. And then say, now you're having all this energy diffusing from underneath. And then turn it around, tie it back into the ocean heat content, saying, all right, 200 zettajoules of energy in the ocean, that's going to diffuse back out into the atmosphere at some point because the thermohaline flow is, I make the argument, slowing down.
and this has to do with the Arctic warming 3 times faster. I mean, this is just.
It's related. Yeah.
Okay.
It's related to that. It's just, yeah, it's just absolutely, it's getting crazy.
Well, going back to the loss of multi-year sea ice, I mean, you went over that in your video, and just like from the 80s to now, it's significantly, like, it shrinked the diagram, the graph, the ice. So like, it's just another consequence. I mean, it's so much going on. You can see over the decades, but the scale is tremendous. Oh no, not that word. It's gigantic. There you go. That was a Trump word.
Someone posted something today, I think, that really the last remnant of multi-year ice is off northwest Greenland.
Oh no.
So it has shrank to this to that point. It's like, well, that if those satellite data is verified, that's extremely alarming because multi-year ice is what persists. If multi-year ice is where we get the albedo, the high albedo. You start getting 1-2 year ice, it's lower albedo. And in some cases, first year ice just forming, the sunlight energy is still going to penetrate somewhat through the ice into the ocean below it. So this is further ramping up why, as you just said, why the Arctic is warming so much faster. And then this is going to lead us to a blue ocean event.
I was thinking of that. Yeah, so go on.
Some people now saying this year.
Oh my gosh, wasn't it like, what did you say? It was like 2030, but maybe even less. And now it's probably this year.
The current models, the
Wow.
one that I've been seeing, saying the first blue ocean event would be between 2022 to 2024. And that would be like a month or two.
Okay.
And then proceeding from there, where by the time 2035 rolled around, you would have a totally ice-free Arctic Ocean year-round.
At that point, it's not the Arctic anymore.
No, it's not. It's the Nantic.
There you go. Bringing that back. Nantic. It's not the Arctic anymore. I know, we're going to have to start renaming things.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just, it's astonishing how fast things are just changing. In all seriousness, just absolutely astonishing.
I want to come back to this video, but just side note real quick. What do you think about people like, I feel like this whole COVID thing was like a whiplash. Like there's so many people like trying to assume normality, and I don't know how to take it. Like, speaking of change, our lives are like they're trying to get us back on track, like society. But I'm having a hard time. Like it's 500,000 people plus died, and it's just kind of like society's trying to forget it. So how do you feel about everything going on lately?
Oh, we mean being brainwashed by the oligarchs who want their money, so
Oh
because
God,
of capitalistic greed and so on. Oh yeah, get back to work, you lazy bums. So
seriously.
it's really interesting. You know, end the $300 extra unemployment, end unemployment, force people back to work to work at shit wages, to be quite blunt, and then if you don't want to work for 7.25 an hour, you're a lazy bum. But Jeff Bezos, we'll give Jeff Bezos $10 billion as a consolation prize for Elon Musk beating him out on a space contract.
Oh my God.
So how is it giving rich people loads of money? How is that not them being lazy bums?
Exactly. Oh, and like the people, or there's so many things that happen, like Amazon, the monopoly of Amazon, right? Bought the James Bond studio. I thought of you. I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
Amazon
Oh
has
no,
the
is
right.
right.
They have the
I,
rights
I I
to
I
James
thought it
Bond.
was I thought it was MGM.
That's what it is. Thank you.
Isn't Bond with United Artists?
They said it was a James Bond studio. I don't know. They may have
Huh.
bought each other up. Um,
Who knows? I
but
could
that's
be
what I'm saying.
wrong.
Like monopolies. First, it was the Whole Foods. They're like taking up Amazon, and
Right.
now it's
And then he bought the Washington Post.
yeah. There you go. See, so monopolies. Okay, we're in an
Yeah.
era. They're in our faces,
We're going back to like the robber barons.
like the late 1800s, the
Wait,
Gilded Age
1800,
kind of
you know,
thing.
the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, the J.P.
Yes, good
Morgans. We're going
point.
back to that.
With the big names, right? Bays. That's all these people like Bays. They're only known for their money. Back in the day, the same thing.
How many times have you heard me say the period from 45 to 80 will prove to be anomalous in American history?
I believe it. It's unfortunate, but
We're going right back to it.